On Thursday, Finland's Supreme Court took up the high-profile case of Pavi Räsänen. She's a member of parliament there in Finland who has spent years fighting charges tied to a Bible verse that she posted on social media, criticizing her church's support for LGBTQ Pride Month. She has been to court a number of times, and she has repeatedly been cleared of charges, and she is again facing trial for a third time alongside a local bishop, who is also facing similar charges. This is an incredibly wild free speech, religious liberty story. And Raj, what do you make of this, that somebody could actually be brought up on charges for quoting a Bible verse, sharing an image of a Bible verse?
Okay, I'm going to do something a little unorthodox. Usually I have something to add, something to talk about, but I just think we need to just stop for a second. And I need to talk to you, Billy, because Billy, you've been on this story. You've talked to her. You've done multiple interviews about this. You know this story really well. And am I missing something? Like, is this story what I think it? I've done some digging a little bit. She posts a picture of the Bible, and that's it. Like, am I missing something? Like, what am I not getting? What's happening here that I'm not understanding? Or is that really what happened?
Okay. When I first heard about this story a couple of years ago, I thought the same thing. I thought certainly this woman has done something that I am somehow missing, right? There's some other detail that is horrific, because Finland is a country that is much like ours. There are freedoms. There are supposed to be freedoms. No, you're not missing anything. What happened was she was frustrated. Now, keep in mind, this is not just a member of parliament, similar to obviously a member of Congress here in the US. She was once the minister of the interior of the entire country of Finland. So she was the manager, the person in charge of the police force in Finland. So for her to be basically detained and questioned over this is wild. What happened was she was upset about her church denomination supporting a pride event. So she went on social media, on Twitter at the time, now it's X, and she basically said, hey, here's a Bible verse from Romans. And she questioned it, like, why are we supporting this? This is what the Bible says, like any other person would do. And people started complaining about it. They complained. The police reached out to her. She was questioned over the fact that she shared this. And then a couple of other things happened. She had done an interview about marriage at one point. That came under scrutiny. She also had written a pamphlet, I think in 2004, in the early 2000s, about marriage, defending biblical marriage. None of these things should be criminal. None of these things should be problematic. And she ended up going to court. And there was a bishop as well who was under fire. I think he had written the same pamphlet alongside her. And he has gone to trial repeatedly as well. She has been cleared twice, okay? She's gone through 2 different trials. You would imagine as a prosecutor, after you've lost twice in stunning form, that you would back down, but they appealed the case to Finland's Supreme Court, and that's what happened on Thursday. They again heard the arguments against her. At one point, she faced jail time over this. Let's just talk about it. At one point, she faced jail time. I don't think that's on the table anymore, but obviously a severe punishment is, and this would set a very dangerous standard for religious liberty and free speech in Finland. So I'll stop there so you can ask any questions, but you are not missing anything.
It's beyond dangerous. Like, listen, if someone in Finland is watching this, this is insane. Like, I'm supposed to be, or I try to be like an objective journalist talker guy. Wow. This is absolutely insane. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. If we're at the point where someone can be detained, put up at the Supreme Court, threatened with jail time for posting a screenshot of the Bible, your country is really unhealthy. I'm not saying our country is great or whatever, that's doing awesome all the time. I'm just saying that should be a canary in the coal mine, a red flag that something is seriously wrong. Because I don't know what your view is, Mr. Whoever is bringing these charges, but let's say you post something that's like book A or sticker B or article C. Do you want that to be able to be used against you, to be threatened with prison and taking your case to the Supreme Court because of ideas? And it's like, good night. This is bad. This is really, really bad. We need to be praying for Finland to have some moral clarity. Like, this is ridiculous. Because usually, like, on stories like this, there's like, oh, I see your point. Oh, well, that's not the whole story. Oh, well, this is the other perspective. And it's like, no, this is the story. And again, I'm going to give you one more chance, Billy. Am I missing anything?
You're missing nothing. And here's what she told me back in 2024. She, she put out a statement, and I've interviewed her many times, but she said, after my full exoneration in 2 courts, I'm not afraid of a hearing before the Supreme Court. This is before Thursday. Even though I am fully aware that every trial carries risks, an acquittal from the Supreme Court would set an even stronger positive precedent for everyone's right to free speech and religion. Her point is that if she wins at the Supreme Court, it settles it. If she doesn't win at the Supreme Court, if the lower court rulings are overturned, she said she's ready to defend her freedom of speech and religion all the way up to the European Court of Human Rights if necessary. So she is not backing down. She has not been hateful. She is, even if she was hateful and said something hateful, oh, well, it's free speech. Too bad, so sad. But she didn't. And so she is really doubling down, digging in. This has been going on very literally since June 17th, 2019. So she has been in a years-long battle, and this has been an international story. Obviously, it affects her life, but she is not willing to back down because she wants to defend freedom of religion, not just for Finland, but for the West, because if it comes to Finland, make no mistake, it will come to Europe, and then it will make its way to the United States.